just a little bit. Okay, before Beau starts, we're going to do a quick introduction of Beau by a gentleman. His name is Rick Miles. Rick used to be Beau's principal when Beau was in middle school. And Rick has since moved to Scottsbluff, Nebraska. Rick heard Beau speak at the Courage to Risk conference 2 years ago and said, I've got to have Beau come do a welcome speech to my school district. So last year, Beau went to Scottsbluff, Nebraska, did the opening ceremony for all of their teachers. And Rick did such a nice introduction of Beau that I want you to hear Rick's story of who Beau is to him. So we're going to start with that, and then Beau will give his speech.
More important things, or at least more immediate things. All of us in our lifetimes, I think, as educators, we have those students that we never forget, and they stay in our minds for a long time. There are some we just always remember. And often we don't ever have a chance to find out how things ever went. The nice thing that I think is the nature of a small community is you do get to see our kids grow up. And those of you who have spent lifetimes here, sometimes even for multiple generations, get to see the fruits of your labor and how it did make a difference. Sometimes you also see those times where you go, oh, I wish I had done that differently, I'm sure. And you say, I think if I had it all to go over again, here's what I might have done. And those are regrets that are very difficult as educators because there's usually no going back. It usually is what it is. The great thing is the successes far outnumber the defeats, and those memories are the things I think that keep us all coming back each year and sitting in this auditorium every day. In my role, and it has been for quite a few years now, my victories are in all of you. My joys are in all of you. When I see the things that I see every day and hear the stories that I hear from all of you, in my kind of position, those are the victories, those are the things I remember. One of my memories is Beau Goldsby. And Beau was a student in middle school when I was a middle school principal in Colorado at middle school. And Beau and I, until recently, had last seen each other when he was about 12 years old. So some of you who are in the audience were part of a group who expressed interest in going to a conference last spring, Courage to Risk. And I became interested in it when out of curiosity I looked at the program and I saw, well, Beau Goldsby is speaking. Beau Goldsby is speaking in Courage to Risk. And I saw his picture, and it was the same Beau Goldsby. Well, Beau was in the most self-contained, most restricted program we have in the district. There were similar programs here. And Beau's personality was such that you sure got to know Beau. And I sure got to enjoy Beau. But Beau was always in the challenge room. He was not out in the classes as much as we would have liked. So one of the grand schemes we had back when I was principal was what can we do to really make a difference for kids? And what can we do maybe to try some things that might make their lives a little bit different from day to day? And that's how we got to get to know Beau. Beau was one of the first group of kids who were a little bit of an experiment. What can we do if we really reach out and try to do things differently with some of our kids who have been historically in most self-contained environments? Well, never did have that one out, to tell you the truth. I think I graduated from middle school and being before voting even. I've thought about all through the years. I haven't seen him again. So I saw Beau was on the agenda, and we went to the luncheon, and Beau spoke. And I have to admit, part of me was very, very nervous that I'd be totally embarrassed and ashamed because Beau would say something during his talk like, middle school was the worst ever. And let me tell you a story about my principal in middle school. And I'd be sitting there with quite a few of you with my head on the table. You just don't know. We don't remember everything you said and did, and how did it affect every kid we've worked with. What were those things you said that maybe they didn't mean, you didn't think, they weren't heard the way you meant them, you weren't having the best of days. And so I really have to say the weeks that were leading up to the conference, I had every possible scenario in my head. So thank goodness Beau was kind and never said anything that was embarrassing or incriminating or otherwise disturbing for me. He did a wonderful, great job. And when I heard Beau speak, I knew I had to come up and say hello. And I thought for sure, well, I escaped without any big problems, but here's a guy who hasn't seen me since he was 12 years old. And I was his principal. How many of you remember him in the school principal? So I walked up to Beau, and I didn't get halfway through saying who I was, and Beau gave me one of the biggest hugs I've ever had in my life. And it's one of the hugs I remember most for my entire life. Because the times that you make a difference in somebody's life, it's rare that you get to know that you did, and have a chance also to tell them that they changed yours as well. And Beau Goldsby is one of those students that I think of every time I think of a student who needs something special and has something special that leads us to a place where we need to do better, we need to do more, we need to do right. And Beau is one of those kids in my mind that will always be 12 years old. And I always remember those days in middle school that we shared. And like many kids do for all of us, I know that I learned far more from Beau than any other did for me. Beau has gone on to be a speaker and speaks widely about his experiences and about his life, and has some great stories to tell. And Barb is often his sidekick in her life as his stepmom, working in special education in a variety of capacities too. So I would like to introduce you, one of my oldest and dearest friends, Beau Goldsby.
Are you guys pumped yet? Is that camera on?
Yes, it is.
Okay, good. Good afternoon, Mike. Yes. Hello?
Hello.
And though they can hear you. Just
Okay.
project.
I'm going to say stuff loud. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name's Beau.
Hi, Beau.
I'm Beau Goldsby, and I'm so happy to be here, and I want to thank Lindale for inviting me to come speak to you today. I want to give you an inside look on what it's like going through the school system with a disability. I graduated from Jefferson County School District when I was 20 years old. I have been out of school for a while now, and I have learned a lot about what have been helpful for me when I was in school. I had some great times in school. I also had some really bad times in school. I was asked to talk to you about my experiences and what teachers can do to help students with disabilities be successful. I'm going to give you my top 10 countdown of what I need and what all students need from you. Meaning all of you in this room. So let's get started. Number 10, challenge me, push me, expect me, or rise to the challenge. I had many teachers who did not expect very much from me, and guess what?
What?
I had many teachers who did not expect very much from me, and guess what? Did not give them very much back. I was a typical kid. The less you would ask me to do, the less I would do. And you know what? I was okay with that. My parents were not happy, but I was. My favorite teacher of all time was my high school math teacher, Rudy Martin. He was just the coolest dude in the world, and he taught me a lot. He pushed me every single day, and he made math fun. He made math real. He took his time to make math real for me. We would go to the mall, and I would have to count my monies to see if I could buy something. We went to the golf course, and I would have to add up our scores. He taught me math in a way that I could learn. I also loved my drama teacher. Drama class was so much fun. I loved getting up in front of the class, performing and doing my cartoon voices. Now, how many of you want to hear some darn cartoon voices?
Hey, boo-boo, want a picnic basket? Uh-oh, this is Scooby-Doo. Hello, how you all doing? My name's Arnold. Give me the chopper, right now!
Oh, I'm Peter Griffin. How's it going?
Wait a second, I forgot I was in the classroom. Oh, giddy, 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 giddy.
This is Beau from Butthead. You guys are pretty cool.
They're pretty cool, aren't they? Look at all these students. They're pretty cool.
Let's see what Hank Hill has to say.
My golly, my name is Mr. Hank Hill. I need some propane and etc.
Let's see if you guys know who this is. I'm just gonna skip it. It's too hard for me to do all that. Okay, how about this? How you doing? Okay. I did not do everything all the other students did, but I did the best I could do. As you can figure out, I did not learn the way other students learn. I was motivated to learn by making learning real. In elementary school, I learned my colors by sorting and eating M&Ms. I learned to read by looking things up on the internet that I liked, like tornado sirens. Yes, that's weird, okay? I know it is, but I have a reason why I like tornado sirens, because I'm a storm chaser. I learned to read by looking things up. I learned to read by looking things up on the internet, like tornado sirens, lawnmowers, and so on and so forth. Yes, I did. Teach me, number 9, teach me how to advocate for what I want and what I need. During elementary school and middle school, my special education teachers did not push me very much, and they did not include me in making decisions for my education. They didn't teach me how to advocate for myself. That really did not happen until high school. I did not know how to stand up for myself. My parents made me go to all my meetings, even in elementary school. I did not advocate for myself in school, but I did advocate for myself at home. Number 8, find out what my dreams are, find out what I'm good at. Person-centered plannings are a great way to do this. I had planning meeting while I was in high school, and I had one just a few years ago. My friends and family were there, and they helped me figure out what my goals and my dreams, and how I can meet my goals. One of my goals was to speak across the country, giving parents and students hope for their future. I have presented in Colorado, Iowa, and Nebraska. I'm making plans to go to Wyoming and Oklahoma pretty soon. I need you guys involved here, come on. I don't want you guys not saying anything, no, you got it. I'm gonna motivate you. You better be ready. Number 7. Know that there are bullies out there, and it's called the R word. Do you know how many times I've gotten called the R word? Too many times to think about it, and too many times to get everybody to understand why it's such a bad thing to say. Nobody understands when you go to somebody and say the R word, they're gonna look at you and they're gonna look at you back and say, well, guess what? I ain't stupid. I have a disability, but I ain't stupid. I'm doing my own thing. I'm able to do what I want to do. Don't call me a retard, and do not make me mad. Do not ignore the bullies. I'm getting very serious right now. Have something in place in your schools to deal with mean students, because they will be mean. They will be mean, and they will treat you like, you know. So I'm not saying that word out loud, but you know. Help build support systems for students like me. I had a group of friends that would stick up for me when I was being bullied, because I was constantly being bullied. And you know how I felt? I felt like I didn't belong in that high school. And I had a group of, stuck up for me when I was being bullied, and that helped a little bit. Not very much, because there were so many bullies in my high school, some of them had to be sent home. Number 1, they called me a retard. Number 2, I don't deal with that. Number 3, I told my teachers what to do, and they did it. How do you think I feel now? Much better, right? Don't let anybody say the R word anymore. Give it up. The principals and the teachers could have done more. I wish they had done more. Number 6, do not make me fit into a program that teachers should work with students and parents to figure out what they need to make it happen. Don't sit there and say, oh, well, you're dreaming. That ain't true. Do something about it. Make that kid's dream happen, and do it now. And make them feel so special inside that they want to be your bestest pal. Please do it that way. They did that to me at Sheffield High School. I spent some of my time in self-contained classroom working on math and reading. I spent a lot of my time in classes like social studies, drama, and auto mechanics. Am I talking loud enough, or do I need to go louder?
Perfect.
All right. Sometimes I needed a teacher's aid to help me, but other times I was fine by myself. The transition program helped me figure out what I liked and what I did not like, as far as the job goes, but they did not give me enough support to find that job. Find a job. I wish they would have worked with, I wish they would have worked more with folk rehab to help me find a counselor who I could connect with. When I was done with the transition program, I did not have the support I needed. We spent a lot of time doing group activities, going bowling, going to rec center, and going to the mall. I had fun, but I did not learn to be as independent as I needed to be. Looking back, I wish they had made me try harder. Number 5, talk to me, not about me. You guys understand that?
Yes.
Talk to me, not about me, and do not talk about the other students in front of me. There were many times that I felt invisible when my teachers would talk about me like I was not there. And then I would find out all the stuff they were saying. And how do you think I felt? I felt like I didn't belong in that school. I felt like I was a little cat that was stranded. I felt like I didn't belong somewhere. I get it. It's easy to do. There are so many things going on. It can be rough and it can be crazy at the same time. But please remember that your students are the reason you are there. Without me and students like me, your jobs would be pretty boring. Don't you think? I participate in all my IEP meetings starting when I was 7 years old. I did not understand all the legal stuff, but I did know what I wanted and what I needed. My parents made sure that I had a chance to tell my teachers what I wanted and what I needed. Your students should do the same thing. Number 4, give me a realistic but challenging goal so I can be as independent as possible. I will never be able to drive, which makes it sad. But I learned to ride the RTD and the light rail. My teachers in the transition program worked with me to learn the routes and how to pay for my fare. My parents were hesitant to let me ride the RTD by myself, but my teachers pushed them and talked with them and provided me with the support I needed to go learn how to be a successful bus and light rail rider. Unfortunately, I also spent a lot of my time with large groups of students and not a lot of time was spent working on my goals. That made it pretty hard for me when I was done with the transition services because I was out there by myself. Think about what you want to do for your own children. That's what I wanted to. Looking back, I wish my parents and I would have pushed harder. Number 3, realize that I will make mistakes, and that's okay. Sometimes I did not make the best decisions, and sometimes I got in trouble. I know, hard to believe, right? I remember one time I got suspended for a day because I was hanging out with not so great kids when I was supposed to be in class. My parents were not happy with me. They talked with me, my teacher talked with me, and they helped me realize that I did not make the best decision for me when I decided to skip school. I know, I saw you. What the heck did he do? Well, I'm not saying. As a part of me really liked being a rebel. I felt like I fit in like the other kids liked me even for a minute. Unfortunately, they were taking advantage of me, and it took me some time to see that. They were taking advantage of me 24/7 in that school. 24/7. Each day I was there. I was crying. I was not myself. I felt like crap. I felt like nobody understood me. I felt like nobody wanted to be my friend. So why should I even be at that school? Why should I have to deal with bullies? Why should I have to deal with not being able to be around anybody because there's so many bullies out there? Like, come on. A mistake is a mistake unless I don't learn from it. I chalk that one up to a learning experience. Number 2, be my safety net. Push your students to try new things, but be there for them. And do it.
Do it. Do it now.
I tried a lot of things when I was in high school in the transition program. I learned what kind of jobs I liked and what kind of jobs I did not like. I loved working at Swell Hill Music Center. I don't know if many of you know where Swell Hill Music Association is. It's off of Broadway and 71 East Yale. And I had a boss who was named Jeff. And he was my highlight. Literally my highlight. He just knew what I wanted to do, and he was kind enough to just let me do my dream. And I miss it. Unfortunately, I was being paid through a grant, and when the grant ended, so did my job. That was the toughest time of my life, and I still think about it every day, when I should have done better to keep it. I also learned that I never want to work at a grocery store, ever. My teachers helped my mom sign up for SSI, and they provided the paperwork that was needed to do that. I think a lot of teachers are caretakers when they should be risk takers. I wish mine would have taken more risk with me and pushed me harder and made me take more risk. I wish they would have been caring risk takers. And number 1, listen to me. I do know what I want and what I need. There were a lot of times when my teachers did not listen to me because they didn't care about me. How do you think I felt in that school? They didn't care about me. They didn't want nothing to do with me. In fact, I was sitting in a room one day because they didn't want to deal with me. I would get mad when they thought they knew me better than I know myself. Ask your students for their input. Listen to their dreams and their fears. Find out what they want to do and make it happen. Don't sit there and go, okay, what do you want now? No. You get up and you talk to that student and you do it. Give them lots of opportunities to try new things and help their parents see what they can do. So, where am I now?
Woo!
I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a singer for a band, giving hope to parents, students, teachers, and administrators. I'm a businessman, meaning I don't mess around. I run a small engine business out of my garage. I buy used lawnmowers and weed whackers, and I fix them up to sell again. Don't put that picture away yet. This is my album that I got on for Conquer Everest. They're a local band out here in Colorado, and I just got on their CD. So that really touches my heart seeing this right now. So I appreciate everyone seeing this right now because I truly am on that CD, and I'm on a song called December. So we're called Conquer Everest, and this is called Native Earth. So check it out on Facebook. I'm an excellent yo-yoer. No, I did not bring my yo-yo today. And an excellent personator.
How you doing?
The classes, and I'm a host for a local heavy metal band called Conquer Everest. And I'm so excited to say this. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a huge goal to reach. When I was young, my sister taught me about the band Slipknot. And so my goal was to go see them one time. And guess what? We just made that happen, ladies and gentlemen. I am seeing them on Wednesday. And possibly meeting Mick Thompson from Slipknot. It's possible. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but we'll see. The classes I took, the experience I had in high school, the friends I had made helped me with that. Meaning they did it with me. And they cared about me. And they didn't care about what everybody else was saying about me. They cared for me. And only me. Because they knew what I was going through. I do not make a lot of money, meaning I'm not rich. And I can't because I'm on SSI. But I love what I do. I am passionate about helping people find the best in themselves and the best in others. Take that time to do that. And you know what? That's a pretty good gig. Thank you for listening to my story, and thank you for doing what you do. Push yourself to help your students become independent and contributing members of society. We all have potential. Sometimes you just have to dig deep to find it, but it's there. Thank you.
Thank you, Beau. That was great. I really appreciate it. So good to see you again.
Thank you guys so much for having me here. It was a big secret, but it finally worked out.